In this video, I will show how to make cables with increases. I am making my cable in the middle knit stitch on my sample. I work as the stitches show until the middle stitch. First, a double increase is made, turning the one stitch into 3 stitches. This is done by knitting the stitch through the back loop and keeping the stitch on the needle while making a yarn over, and finally knitting the stitch again through the back loop. There are now 3 stitches instead of 1. I continue as the stitches show. On the wrong side, I work as the stitches show until the 3 stitches for the cable. The first stitch is purled and the yarn over is knitted through the back loop. And the last stitch is purled, and I continue as the stitches show. Back on the right side, the 3 stitches are worked knit, purl, knit. Here I have worked a number of rows according to my pattern. In this case 6 rows, and the way they are counted is by locating the stitch created in the increase and counting from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. I will now work a cable across the 3 stitches that will turn into 5 stitches. That means 2 increases are made inside the cable. I work until the 3 stitches. Then I grab my cable needle. For this type of cables, a double-pointed needle works best for me, preferably slightly smaller than my working needle. I transfer the first 2 stitches to the cable needle. And in this case I'm working a left-leaning cable, so I hold the cable needle in front of the work. If the cable should lean right, the cable needle is held behind the work instead. But here I am showing how to work it left-leaning. I start by knitting the last of the 3 stitches that is still on the needle. And then I transfer the middle stitch back to the left needle, while the first stitch stays on the cable needle in front of the work. Then I make a yarn over, knit the stitch that was a purl stitch before, and make another yarn over. 2 increases are now made inside the cable. Then I push the last stitch to the end of the cable needle and knit it. The 3 stitches in the cable have now increased to 5. On the wrong side, work the 5 stitches, purl, knit through the back loop of yarn over, purl, knit back loop, purl. Here I've worked a number of rows since the cable, according to my pattern. In this case 8 rows, and the way I count them is by locating the long stitch that was created at the cable, and counting from the stitch above that, that is the stitch knitted on the row where the cable was worked. So I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will now work a cable across the 5 stitches that will turn into 9 stitches. That means 4 increases are made inside the cable. I start by working up to the 5 stitches. Then I grab my cable needle and place 4 stitches on the cable needle in front of the work. Then I knit the last stitch and transfer the 3 middle stitches back to the left needle. Again, I am making yarn overs around the middle stitches. I make a yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over. And finally, I knit the stitch on the cable needle. The 5 stitches in the cable have now increased to 9. On the wrong side, the purl stitches are purled and the yarn overs are knitted through the back loop. I will now work a cable across the 9 stitches that will turn into 13 stitches. Again, 4 increases are made inside the cable. The 3 stitches in each side will switch places, and yarn overs are made around the 3 middle stitches. I grab my cable needle and transfer 6 stitches to the cable needle in front of the work, the first 3 and the middle 3 stitches. Then I work the last 3 stitches, knit, purl, knit, and transfer the 3 middle stitches back to the left needle. Yarn overs are made around the middle stitches, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over. Then I slide the 3 stitches to the right end of the cable needle and work them. Knit, purl, knit. On the wrong side, the first 3 stitches are worked purl, knit, purl, and the 7 middle stitches are alternately knitted through the back loop of the yarn overs and purled. Knit through back loop, purl, knit through back loop, purl, knit through back loop. And the last 3 stitches are worked purl, knit, purl. If you are making another cable across 9 stitches, it is made in the middle of the 13 stitches. That way, the 2 outer stitches in each side will continue alongside the cable.